I'm the second speaker today to introduce publishing process under the Read and Publish program. Hong Kong Baptist University, actually, we signed a deal with Read and Publish last year, and Hong Kong Baptist University became the first university in Hong Kong and also in Greater China to be the first one to sign this kind of deal, which means from 2023, corresponding authors from Hong Kong Baptist University will have opportunities to publish in free in our hybrid journals in open access format. In 2022, HKBU only have access to 3 journals published by Royal Society of Chemistry, which is ChemCon, Chemical Society Review, and Chemistry World. And this year, in 2023, you have opportunity to access all the journals published by Royal Society of Chemistry from 2008. So this is the background of Read and Published. For open access from Royal Society of Chemistry, we have 3 different tabs. The first one is Diamond Open Access. We introduced chemical science in 2010. We transit this journal in 2015 as an open access journal, but Royal Society of Chemistry will cover your APC from that time. So you don't have to worry about budget, but the only thing you need to worry is about the quality of your paper, your manuscript. After that, we have introduced many gold open access journals. And right now we have 14 gold open access journals in our publishing portfolio. The largest chemistry journal in the world is the RSC Advances. Yearly we publish over 10,000 papers per year in all aspects relevant to chemistry. Also, we have another journals, and they are RSC Advances, RSC Chemical Biology, Material Advances, and Nanoscale Advances, which we call as gold open access. You have to pay by your own budget, not through the university budget. And the rest of our journals in our portfolio is, we call it hybrid and transformative journals according to Collins as planned. A lot of well-established brands like ChemCon, Chemical Society Review, ES, ICF, GMC, and Nanoscale, they all belong to this type of open access journals. So when you decide to publish with RSC, you have basic structure, basic understanding about what we published and what kind of journal belongs to in the framework of open access publishing through RSC publishing, because we want RSC to moving gradually to a pure open access publisher. We need to think about how we do this in practical and theoretically in good condition. We find out that Read and Publish is probably the best way, based on institutional-based approach to support both your research and the budget. So the research at institute can read any paper published by an RSC journal. At the same time, we will support to publish gold open access in any hybrid journals from RSC. So I will here briefly introduce, because it's quite simple, it will automatically by our own system. So I'll give you a rough idea how you can apply to our hybrid journal when you're publishing with us. First of all, people will concern to say why I need to be a qualified institution, because as I can say, a lot of researchers are not just working in one institution. Some researchers are even as visiting scholars. They're from other countries like Singapore or China. And before you start your submission or you want publishing open access through Read and Publish programs, you need to think about whether you are a qualified institution. This will be determined by your email domain. Like if you have an email like hkbu.edu, then you are qualified to publish with your university as a corresponding author from HKBU. So before you are starting the submission, we will encourage you to find out whether your institution have such deals with RSC. HKBU is the only university have such kind of deal. And secondly, you need to consider, because we say that currently we only serve hybrid journals, you need to consider whether you are a gold OA journal or you want to submit to a hybrid journal. And all these journals are our gold OA journal. So if you want to publish with them, you have to pay by your own budget instead of go through the Read and Publish agreement with your university at this moment. Fortunately, because these are quite new journal, a lot of them are fee waiver at this moment, so you don't have to pay. I will introduce that later. Based on our current agreement with Hong Kong Baptist University, you need to remember it's first come, first served principle. So if you want to publish for free in hybrid journal, we encourage you to publish as early as possible based on your submission date. If you submit on January, you can publish in OA for free with your written publish agreement. In this year, next year, for Hong Kong BU, you have 8 vouchers, which means 8 papers with corresponding author by email domain from your university could be free. And in 2025, it will be 9. But you will ask me, how can I do that? You don't have to do anything. When your paper been accepted by our Scholar One system, our editor will send you an email to say you are qualified, and we will notify you to say you are from HKBU, and you can click this link and there will be an email sent to you with the link. First of all, they will show the paper information, the manuscript information with your journal you published, the paper title, with manuscript ID, and what kind of manuscript it is, published paper, and also the funders. And what you need to do when you receive the email, just open that one, click the link, and you find this page on the right side, and then you click Start Now. The second step is you choose the license tab and which type of publication you want. But we encourage you to use the Gold Open Access publication, which you can use your vouchers and to publish your paper in open access format without any charge. People will ask why I need to select. It depends on your own demand, but if you select the standard publication, it means you cannot retrospectively to select again after you confirm with us. So we will recommend you to select Gold Open Access model in this step. After that, it's quite normal in open access license. Normally, it will divide in 2 tabs. One is CC-BY, another is CC-BY-NC. And the differences of these 2 tabs is based on the commercial use or non-commercial use. You can see NC means non-commercial. Quite different when it disseminates, probably the user you don't know, but they can use it for commercial uses. And then the final step is that you just confirm everything, the article details, the publication rights, and the license tab, and then you confirm the payment, and the system will indicate the payment will go through your university agreement. And then what you need to do, just click the button and you can confirm and finish this step. And we will send the email to the corresponding author. Please note that the corresponding author from this article has up your institution written published agreement. If you have any questions or you have mistakenly choose the type of license, you can contact our email address at rsc1@rsc.org. We will also send a monthly report about the voucher usage to our contact point in HKBU. So you don't have to worry if you have anyone have such kind of usage, we will send the report to your librarian.